Hollis is said, in the memoirs of his life, to have been also educated. This application to Mr. Lee was not successful; but Johnson had afterwards the gratification to hear that the old gentleman, who lived to a very advanced age, mentioned it as one of the most memorable events of his life, that 'he was very near having that great man for his scholar.' He remained at Stourbridge little more than a year, and then returned home, where he may be said to have loitered for 2 years in a state very unworthy his uncommon abilities. He had already given several proofs of his poetical genius, both in his school exercises and in other occasional compositions. Of these I have obtained a considerable collection by the favour of Mr. Wentworth, son of one of his masters, and of Mr. Hector, his schoolfellow and friend, from which I select the following specimens. Translation of Virgil, Pastoral I. Melibœus. Now, Tityrus, you supine and careless laid, play on your pipe beneath this beechen shade, while wretched we about the world must roam, and leave our pleasing fields and native home. Here at your ease you sing your amorous flame, and the wood rings with Amaryllis' name. Tityrus. Those blessings, friend, a deity bestowed, for I shall never think him less than God. Oft on his altar shall my firstlings lie, their blood the consecrated stones shall dye. He gave my flocks to graze the flowery meads, and me to tune at ease th' unequal reeds. Melibœus. My admiration only I expressed, no spark of envy harbours in my breast, that when confusion o'er the country reigns, to you alone this happy state remains. Here I, though faint myself, must drive my goats far from their ancient fields and humble cots. This scarce I lead, who left on yonder rock 2 tender kids, the hopes of all the flock. Had we not been perverse and careless grown, this dire event by omens was foreshown. Our trees were blasted by the thunder stroke, and left-hand crows from an old hollow oak foretold the coming evil by their dismal croak. Translation of Horace, Book I, Ode 22. The man, my friend, whose conscious heart with virtue's sacred ardour glows, nor taints with death th' envenom'd dart, nor needs the guard of Moorish bows. Though Scythia's icy cliffs he treads, or horrid Afric's faithless sands, or where the famed Hydaspes spreads his liquid wealth o'er barbarous lands. For while by Chloe's image charm'd, too far in Sabine woods I strayed, me singing, careless and unarm'd, a grisly wolf surprised and fled. No savage more portentous stain'd Apulia's spacious wilds with gore, no fiercer Juba's thirsty land, dire nurse of raging lions bore. Place me where no soft summer gale among the quivering branches sighs, where clouds condensed for ever veil with horrid gloom the frowning skies. Place me beneath the burning line, a clime denied to human race. I'll sing of Chloe's charms divine, her heavenly voice and beauteous face. Translation of Horace, Book II, Ode 9. Clouds do not always veil the skies, nor showers immerse the verdant plain, nor do the billows always rise, or storms afflict the ruffled main. Nor, Valgius, on th' Armenian shores do the chain'd waters always freeze, not always furious Boreas roars, or bends with violent force the trees. But you are ever drown'd in tears for my steed's dead you ever mourn, no setting soul can ease your care, but finds you sad at his return. The wise experienced Grecian sage mourned not Antilochus so long, nor did King Priam's hoary age so much lament his slaughtered son. Leave off, at length, these woman's sighs, Augustus' numerous trophies sing, repeat their prince's victories, to whom all nations tribute bring. Niphates rolls an humbler wave, at length the undaunted Scythian yields, content to live the Roman's slave, and scarce forsakes his native fields. Translation of part of the dialogue between Hector and Andromache, from the 6th book of Homer's Iliad. She ceased, then godlike Hector answered kind, his various plumage sporting in the wind. That post and all the rest shall be my care. But shall I then forsake the unfinished war? How would the Trojans brand great Hector's name, and one base action sully all my fame, acquired by wounds and battles bravely fought? Oh, how my soul abhors so mean a thought! Long since I learned to slight this fleeting breath, and view with cheerful eyes approaching death. The inexorable sisters have decreed that Priam's house and Priam's self shall bleed. The day will come in which proud Troy shall yield, and spread its smoking ruins o'er the field. Yet Hecuba's nor Priam's hoary age, whose blood shall quench some Grecian's thirsty rage, nor my brave brothers that have bit the ground, their souls dismissed through many a ghastly wound, can in my bosom half that grief create, as the sad thought of your impending fate. When some proud Grecian dame shall tasks impose, mimic your tears and ridicule your woes, beneath Hyperia's waters shall you sweat, and fainting scarce support the liquid weight. Then shall some Argive loud insulting cry, behold the wife of Hector, guard of Troy! Tears at my name shall drown those beauteous eyes, and that fair bosom heave with rising sighs. Before that day, by some brave hero's hand, may I lie slain, and spurn the bloody sand. To a young lady on her birthday. Note: Mr. Hector informs me that this was made almost impromptu in his presence. End of note. This tributary verse receive my fair, warm with an ardent lover's fondest prayer. May this returning day for ever find thy form more lovely, more adorned thy mind. All pains, all cares, may favouring heaven remove, all but the sweet solicitudes of love. May powerful nature join with grateful art, to point each glance and force it to the heart. O then, when conquered crowds confess thy sway, when even proud wealth and prouder wit obey, my fair, be mindful of the mighty trust. Alas, 'tis hard for beauty to be just. Those sovereign charms with strictest care employ, nor give the generous pain, the worthless joy. With his own form acquaint the forward fool, shown in the faithful glass of ridicule. Teach mimic censure her own faults to find, no more let coquettes to themselves be blind. So shall Belinda's charms improve mankind. The young author. When first the peasant, long inclined to roam, forsakes his rural sports and peaceful home, pleased with the scene the smiling ocean yields, he scorns the verdant meads and flowery fields, then dances jocund o'er the watery way, while the breeze whispers and the streamers play, unbounded prospects in his bosom roll, and future